Introduction. Romeo and Juliet by William Shakespeare is a timeless tragedy that delves into themes of love, fate, and the conflict between individual desires and social conventions. Set in Verona, Italy, the play follows the doomed romance of two young lovers from feuding families. This analysis highlights the key points and themes of the play, providing insights essential for GCSE English literature. Act 1. The Feud and First Meeting. The play opens with a public brawl between the servants of the feuding noble families, the Capulets and the Montagues, setting the scene of a deeply entrenched rivalry. Prince Aeschylus of Verona intervenes, declaring that further breach of the peace will be punishable by death. Romeo Montague is introduced as a melancholic young man pining for Rosaline, who has sworn to live in chastity. Meanwhile, Juliet Capulet is approached by her parents about the prospect of marrying Paris, a kinsman of the prince. The Capulets' grand party sets the stage for Romeo and Juliet's first encounter. Disguised in a mask, Romeo attends the feast and instantly falls in love with Juliet, describing her beauty as a rich jewel in an Ethiope's ear. Their attraction is mutual, but they soon discover each other's true identities. My only love sprung from my only hate. This dramatic irony heightens the sense of impending tragedy. Act 2. The balcony scene and secret marriage. Act 2 is characterized by the famous balcony scene, one of the most iconic moments in all of literature. Under the cover of night, Romeo sneaks into the Capulets' orchard and hears Juliet profess her love for him despite the enmity between their families. "O Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo?" Romeo reveals himself and they exchange vows of love, deciding to marry in secret the next day. Friar Lawrence, who serves as a mentor to Romeo, agrees to marry them, hoping their union will end the feud. For this alliance may so happy prove, to turn your household's rancour to pure love. The clandestine marriage takes place, heightening the tension and setting the stage for subsequent events. Act 3. The Turning Point. The central act is marked by escalating violence and tragic consequences. Tybalt, a Capulet, confronts Romeo, but Romeo refuses to fight, considering Tybalt now kin through marriage. Mercutio, Romeo's friend, mocks Romeo's pacifism and accepts Tybalt's challenge, resulting in Mercutio's death. "A plague are both your houses." Enraged, Romeo retaliates and kills Tybalt, leading to his banishment from Verona by the prince. Juliet is devastated by the news but remains loyal to her husband. The couple spend their wedding night together before Romeo leaves for Mantua. This act encapsulates the themes of impulsive actions and their dire consequences. Act 4. Desperation and Deception. Juliet's parents, unaware of her marriage, press forward with plans for her to marry Paris. In desperation, Juliet seeks Friar Lawrence's help. He devises a plan for her to avoid the marriage by taking a potion that will make her appear dead for 42 hours. "And this distilling liquor drink thou off." Juliet returns home and agrees to marry Paris, then takes the potion and falls into a death-like coma. Her family, believing her dead, lays her in the Capulet tomb. This act is rife with dramatic tension and foreshadows the impending tragedy. Act 5. Tragic conclusion. Romeo, exiled in Mantua, learns of Juliet's death from his servant Balthazar, unaware of the friar's plan. Devastated, he purchases poison and returns to Verona to die beside Juliet. He encounters Paris at Juliet's tomb, kills him in a duel, and then drinks the poison, dying with Juliet. "Thus with a kiss I die." Friar Lawrence arrives too late to prevent the tragedy. Juliet awakens, finds Romeo dead, and takes her own life with his dagger. "O happy dagger, this is thy sheath. There rust and let me die." The deaths of Romeo and Juliet finally reconcile their feuding families, as they vow to honor the lovers' memories with golden statues. Key themes. Love and conflict. The play explores the intense and passionate love between Romeo and Juliet, set against the backdrop of their family's bitter feud. The conflict between love and social expectations is a central theme. Fate and destiny. The concept of fate permeates the play, with the star-crossed lovers described as being doomed from the start. Their tragic end is seen as inevitable, dictated by the stars. Youth and impulsiveness. The impetuousness of youth is highlighted through the characters' hasty decisions and actions, which contribute to the tragic outcome. Individual versus society. The struggle between individual desires and societal norms is evident, as Romeo and Juliet's love defies the expectations and rules imposed by their families and society. Conclusion. Romeo and Juliet remains a powerful and timeless tragedy about the intensity of young love, the destructive power of hatred, and the role of fate in our lives. It serves as a poignant reminder of the consequences of enmity and the enduring impact of love and sacrifice. Through vivid characterization, poetic language, and dramatic scenes, Shakespeare crafts a narrative that continues to resonate with audiences, urging them to reflect on the nature of love, conflict, and destiny. The detailed depiction of Verona, with its public squares, grand halls, and private gardens, enriches the narrative and underscores the universal relevance of its themes.